Letters. Ray to Shirl. October 1st, 1944, from San Bernardino, California, at the California Hotel. Ray writes, "Hi, darling. I just finished a swell breakfast downstairs in the coffee shop. I feel quite human again. I had a hectic night last night and was beginning to hate the world. It started out peacefully. I got into San Bernardino at 8 o'clock and picked up a room. I had dinner and went to a show. All was well. After the show, I got to thinking about those whiskey sours. I stopped in the Grizzly Bear and ordered one. It tasted so swell I ordered another. That's when the trouble started. I don't know what caused the whole thing, but out of the clear sky I saw a Marine sergeant slug the waitress. I started after the Marine, so did a couple of other fellows. The closest one to the Marine was a PFC from our field. He couldn't have been over 5'4", and he wore glasses, and he looked like the mildest little person there ever was. He took off his glasses and he said to the Marine, "You son of a... You hit a woman." He was actually crying. He wailed into the Marine and slugged the daylights out of him. The Marine was yellow and turned and ran. A Marine running from a sawed-off GI. The little guy picked up his hat, swore again, and walked out. He was still crying. I was so damn mad and disgusted that I started back to the hotel. I just got back to the door in time to see an old man get hit by a car. I ran out to him. He hit his head when he fell and was bleeding pretty much. A CPO and I carried him into the store and took care of him until the ambulance arrived. He had a pretty bad knock on the head, but would be okay. I was pretty well shot by then and once again went for the hotel. I got about a block away and was stopped by fire engines. They stopped right in front of me. A cheap hotel was on fire. There wasn't anything I could do, so I got in a cab and rode the last 2 blocks to my hotel. I double-locked my door and went to bed. I think I'll stay on the field from now on. Getting back to the show I saw, I went to the theater in the Mexican section of town. It was the Teatro Azteca and played Mexican and South American films. The picture was La Mujer Sin Cabeza. It was a mystery picture, and there were a lot of people without heads and a lot of heads without people in it. I understood some of it and the general drift of the plot. It was all about a famous Chinese jewel. The hero was good-looking Joe and could act. His partner was a comedian and was funny. The villain was none other than our old friend Dr. Fu Manchu. I enjoyed the whole show, including the Mickey Mouse in Spanish. I got quite a kick out of watching the people around the show. The dashing young caballeros dressed in the zootiest zoot suits I had ever seen. No kidding. The senoritas aren't quite like the cowboy pictures would have you believe. I got a chance to try out my Spanish when I got my ticket for the show. The girl asked me, "Suentos?" Without a moment's hesitation, I answered uno. And when I was looking for a seat, the usher asked me, "Suentos?" And again, I boldly answered uno. Pretty good, huh, honey? The $1 is for 2 weeks' allowance for Eddie. Tell him that I expect him to buy at least 2 banana splits with it. The course is still pretty much the same. 2 more were washed out last week. It's rugged and I'm always tired, but I like it and I'm gonna stick with it till I get kicked out or make it. I don't suppose I should have expected you to believe that story about the polar bear. To tell you the truth, it wasn't exactly a polar bear, it was a kangaroo. Is that better? The affair between me and the mess sergeant has come to a definite end. As for your boss, Gurr, if you get any more wildlife at the bank, you can change it to a zoo and charge admission. The Continental Illinois National Bank and Trust Company and Zoo of Chicago. Pretty classy title. Brookfield would turn green with envy. I'm peaceful and calm again, and I reckon I'll hitchhike back to Veville. Gee, I hope I get back without any unusual incidents occurring. You know, darling, it's dangerous traveling on the ground. Bye now, y'all. I miss y'all a lot, y'all. Love, Ray.